Hey there, okay, let's see. This is nighttime and I've been busy all freaking day. I wish I could have recorded stuff earlier. I do apologize, but let's finish the night off with some strawberry lemonade, and I got some coffee so I can stay up and edit this shit. And I love this spec. It's just so delicious, especially with coffee at night. But something happened today which has never happened before, and oh god, my first world problems, right? I'm so upset and so offended. But I had apparently 3 people and notifications popped up, subscribed to me in the course of 24 hours, and I should start pulling up that Tim Roth clip from She-Hulk, but I hate She-Hulk. We're just namaste, and thank you so fucking much. Before I show that, in case you couldn't tell, this came in today, the official Rippaverse comic, and also I took a couple days off weightlifting. I feel fucking fat. This shirt is super tight. Also, this popped up
because I feel fucking fat.
So yeah, and I'm popping this up because we're about to get into an article, which, well, as always, for some way for everybody to stay relevant and the actors in this shitty show, of course, it comes down to, look, the Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power, actors continue to attack Tolkien fans as
racist.
Like, sure, okay. Just find some way to keep your shitty show relevant. But real quick, so yeah, Isom, Variant C came in, wasn't signed, but this is the one I want my son to read and, just have fun with it and shit. So, yeah, people like me who hated Rings of Power, I just, spent 2 signed copies and also Variant C and 2 t-shirts by a black man and a black creator, but,
Last week we decided we hate blacks and Jews. A lot.
YouTube popped up, and hey, look, I love this Kevin Conroy. I'll never get sick of it, and I do like freaking Overlord DVD. These pitch meeting guys are fucking hilarious. So yeah, of course, my buddy Darren right here, and yeah, new subscriber, Bevel77, someone talk about local power, M. Kim Cade, awesome, I responded to you, and new subscriber, Zachary Andreas Valerian. That's really cool, actually. Valerian's like, House of Dragon. Also, Roger Thieker, and awesome, Pete commented, Pete, you're, I like that. I'm surprised you got through 1 season with just 1 bottle of vodka, and oh, trust me, Pete, I wanted to drink more. So, yeah, and said, speaking of that, since my Woke Up Power got to like 300 views, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm surprised it hit that high. I'm also surprised that it's not pissing more people off, but because I'm low key, I don't expect it to hit that many people yet. But I'm sure, enough whatever shills or stands, they see it, they'll get pretty upset.
You pissed me off.
Talking to some friends real quick, but my phone pops off, subscriber, and I'm never ever going to get sick of, like, my phone goes off and new notification, like, holy shit. And that's been my premise, is you'll never see me asking and begging, and that'll eventually be another video because I don't believe in that shit. It seems like kind of tacky to just keep beating people over the head with, like, please like and subscribe, please like and subscribe. Like, no, dude, shut the fuck up and get to the point. So yeah, let's start this right here. I'm loving this drum roll and some coffee and some strawberry lemonade vodka. Let's see how this tastes. That goes down smooth. Oh my god. So yeah, let's talk about this, boys and girls, and bounding into comics. Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power, the Woke of Power. Actors continue to attack Tolkien fans. So before we get into this, as always, I hope you like the intro. Here we go.
And here we go.
Multiple The Lord of the Rings, the Woke of Power actors continue to attack fans of creator J.R.R. Tolkien and his works as racist, as their show was exposed to audiences as being a black hole of creativity. And it was. Oh, seriously. Fuck, for season 2, Pete, if you still like me, if you still check my shit out, I'll go through fucking 2 bottles of vodka, because, as Lucifer would say,
Why do I hate myself so much?
Ismael Cruz, Cordova, don't give a fuck. He played Arondir. I kept saying Arondir because I was drunk, and I know it's Arondir. It made it that much more funny. Sophia Namvet, who played Disa, our diversity dwarf. And to be fair, before going forward, when I was watching it, no offense to the actors, seriously. Like, if you can't take a joke, like much like no one who watches Dave Chappelle can take a joke, or Ricky Gervais or anybody, it's a joke, sweetheart. But in all reality, your marketing doesn't help out when that's all you talk about is...
You are the first black woman to be a dwarf in Tolkien, the first woman to be a dwarf in Tolkien. But what...
representation, diversity.
Well, we learned that they exist.
I heard there.
Thank you so much.
Representation, diversity.
Time that we see a woman, and the first time that we see a black woman in this area.
But Cynthia Robinson, who played Queen Regent Muriel, spoke with Variety's Nick Vilvari, or Varelli, okay.
Weird last name, though.
Now, they're asked about a supposed racist backlash to the casting, but it's not racist, and so many people have said this shit. Like, look, I just took my kid to see Black Panther 2, alright? Did I like it as much as the first one? No, I'm sorry, I didn't. Does that make me a fucking racist? Because Black Panther 1, I took my son to see it twice. I even bought it on Vudu. I own the film. I own 2 good Blade films. I refuse to buy Blade Trinity because it's fucking terrible. I love Spawn. I have these comics. It's people like me. We respect lore. We respect, casting how it should be. I was talking to my buddy today, Big Al. He still has to watch Brahmastra. I'm like, dude, you racist bastard. What is your problem with brown people? And he starts laughing because, he's a big, fat, humble black guy. And I'm like, dude, Brahmastra was fucking awesome. Had I seen white people or black people or whatever Asian people in Brahmastra, it wouldn't have matched the tone of the film. As much as you can watch Lord of the Rings and not see any black actors or Asian actors or Hispanic actors and be fine with that. It's the tone of the films, and it's also respecting the lore.
I was kind of hoping you stick to the source material.
But of course, Cruz, he's saying that the fact that the attention was shifted toward the show, shows you what the power of shows like this is. Okay. The fact that it hit that nerve and the fact that our being in it created such a response just brings attention to the greatness of fantasy, the greatness of Lord of the Rings, and why it's actually good that we are here. And no, dude, did it become too much? Absolutely. It's taken airtime from the depth of who we are as artists, but it just shows you where we are in the world and how much work we still have to do. I'm just very grateful that it's us who are able to recalibrate, break form, reshape, and make history.
Sheer fucking hubris.
Yeah, you made history, all right. A big history pile of bullshit.
Bullshit.
Let me just say, these people won't see my stuff, but everybody up to 68 subscribers now, thank you. The thing is, if the entire cast was Caucasian, it wouldn't have changed the fact that the fucking script sucked. Galadriel's a fucking bitch. The elves are dicks. The friggin' dwarves are morons. And the Harfoots are fucking suicidal and even maniacal maniacs. And it wouldn't have fucking mattered, dude.
Your show sucks.
But it just makes it that much more as a spit in the face to the man of Tolkien and the lore he created and the world he created. It's like, and nobody ever talked about, these characters should fit organically into the story.
This is necessary. This is a revolutionary moment for cinematic and television.
Every one of you fuckers in every interview is just about representation, diversity. I didn't hear anything about, okay, what is Arondir? What is Disa? What do they like? What kind of foods do they like? What do they care about? How do they want to change the world? No, it's just about, hey, we're a certain color, and that's what's cool. That's what's important.
I was 2 days away from giving birth. My costume alone is designed to be able to feed my child.
And I'm like, no.
That is the power of a female dwarf, and that is a presence that is necessary within our industry more than ever.
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
Distraction or aggression that was put towards us, it's been a painful journey to get here, but it has elevated us.
How?
It has put us in a position where there will be a plague one day where the pendulum has swung to where it needs to be. I'm just laughing because it just, oh my God, wow.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
We will have badges upon the people who fought the great fight in order to get to a point to where there isn't such an eruption based solely on that. When a casting announcement comes, she continued, yeah, it's like, boy, you can tell, you guys must have been hanging out with the fucking scriptwriters for this terrible ass dialogue.
Who wrote this?
Robinson asserted, while it's been a challenge, it has been a phenomenal moment to be part of. Doors are open and accessibility is available for absolutely everyone to feel safe within a franchise and a story of this scale. It's been really important and empowering. Tears have been shed, blood has been spilled, metaphorically.
Drama queen?
But here we are. Yeah, people were crying, alright? People like me crying because I'm drunk, like, please make it fucking stop.
Please make it stop.
Sophia says, to answer your question, we still get a ton of controversy. That's how they say it, or controversy, whatever.
A famous controversy.
But there's been a shift. You know what there has been? It feels like there's been a sit down. It feels like we had to prove ourselves, almost. We had to defend ourselves. But it's undeniable that these people are in the position that they are in, deserve to be there, and should be there. There's nobody else that could have played that role. Okay, sure. I've even had apologies.
I don't believe you.
I love this, and boy, this reminds me of the whole Moses Ingram thing. And before we go forward, remember when Kenobi came out, and people have a problem with a black woman, and people have a problem with black actors in Star Wars, and the Star Wars fans are racist, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, real quick, go fuck yourself. Really? If Star Wars fans have a problem with racism, lady, and people of color, and do you know who's been fucking voicing Darth Vader before you were born, you dumb bitch?
James Earl Jones.
Have you heard of this man named, I don't know, Billy D. Williams? Have you heard of him? Yeah, no, you know, the fucking smoothest man in the goddamn galaxy.
Lando's right.
Billy D.
Did anyone have a problem with that then? And even, I mean, I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of the fucking prequels. Have you heard this actor? I mean, I'll spoil this for you. He says the word motherfucker a lot, but he played a character called Mace Windu.
My name is General Mace Windu of the Jedi Order.
I liked Qui-Gon a lot for one film, but in terms of like badass and who I liked more, like for me, it's a toss-up between Qui-Gon and Mace Windu. Like I loved Sam Jackson in those three films, but yeah, you know, every Star Wars fan hated people of color. You fucking asshole.
Fuck off.
First off, if there was any racist backlash, sorry, it's cold season, Variety did not provide any evidence of it, and neither have any of these actors. Wait a second.
Well.
So there's supposed to be some racist backlash, like supposed to be Moses Ingram, right? She got, allegedly, 2 different Instagram messages to her talking about her color and her skin and things of that nature. Like, okay. I mean, there's like 20 million people on the Star Wars Instagram, and it just, at this point, boy, you know what I should probably do? I have a smaller channel, have some of my friends make some bot accounts, make some dummy accounts. Let's be honest, not exactly hard to make a second account on Instagram, on Twitter,
Facebook.
It's almost like, yeah, you know, it's like you, supposedly people like Moses, you had all these racist messages, but you never actually shown them, and you never showed the fucking usernames, because my thing is, if it's such a big issue, such a fucking problem, then out these people, you know? And people, you know, just say who it came from. You know, say where these tweets, what user was tweeting all this hatefulness and these bigotry and things like that. But it's amazing. Either these accounts you're talking about,
They don't exist.
these accounts mysteriously get deleted all of a sudden. It's almost like, man, maybe, just maybe, you dickheads are causing this fake controversy just to get fucking more attention to your shit product. Because let's be honest, the fucking ratings for Kenobi and the fan reaction was not good. And there's people out there with bigger channels than mine and more free time than I have breaking down Rings of Power. Amazing. The ratings are not what you guys thought they would be, huh?
You failed.
Quite possibly, you're getting all this supposed hate and racist backlash, but from where? I mean, how many fucking tweets? How many comments in the YouTube section? How many Instagram posts is all this hate coming from, right?
That sounds made up.
The official, the Woke of Power Twitter, posted a message condemning racism that the cast was allegedly receiving, okay? But again, did not provide any evidence of it actually occurring. So yeah, here's on Twitter. We, the cast of Rings of Power, stand together in absolute solidarity and against the relentless racism, threats, okay, harassment and abuse some of our castmates of color are being subjected to on a daily basis. We refuse to ignore it and tolerate it. It continued. Tolkien created a world which, by definition, is multicultural. Okay, I mean, it is. You have dwarves and elves and humans. Doesn't mean they all just can't look the same way, but a world in which free peoples from different races and cultures join together in fellowship to defeat the forces of evil. Rings of Power reflects that. Our world has never been all white. Fantasy has never been all white. That's bullshit. There's plenty of fucking fantasies that have all Caucasian cast, but same thing can be said about anything. You could go through, I talked about this shit before, sorry from rambling, but it's annoying. Every nation, every country, every fucking lore.
Each one is unique.
How many goddamn Asian films have I watched? The entire cast is Asian. I'm fine with that. Sorry.
Are you fucking stupid?
By people of color, and they're here to stay. Yeah, they belong in Middle Earth, and
They don't, really.
in conclusion, finally, all our love and fellowship to go out to fans supporting us, especially fans of color. You know, it's funny, why is it gotta be O-U-R for? Like, we know what color is, asshole, it's C-O-L-O-R, but yeah.
Against today's politically correct mafia.
Who are themselves being attacked simply for existing in this fandom. We see your bravery and endless creativity, your cosplays, fan cams, fan art, and insight make this community a richer place and remind us of our purpose. You are valid, you are loved, and you belong.
You are special.
What was occurring is people were criticizing Rings of Power, race swapping, and the complete abandonment of Tolkien's work to push evil intersectional woke politics.
Amen.
One of the biggest critics of the show, YouTuber Just Some Guy, took Amazon to task over these points in a video he published back in March.
You want to put me on blast?
But in his video, he states that the point of Tolkien's stories is to be English in design and effect, and Middle-earth reflects that in its cultures, languages, and the appearance of its races. To change this, to remove the Englishness, or really the whiteness from Tolkien's stories, is undermine the very purpose of his works. So, yeah. It should be obvious that this will result in a backlash, but for some reason, after watching fans reject every attempt at playing politics with major franchises like Star Trek, Star Wars, Doctor Who, and the MCU, Amazon decided to inject progressive politics into their show, along with playing loose and fast with the lore. And were shocked when fans gave them the one finger salute. Yep, so that's pretty much it. I mean, criticizing a show for race swap and its characters is not racism, no matter how much Prime Video and these actors want it to be. Right there, I agree. I mean, Eric just popped up, Isom these characters and stuff. He even said, Isom looks like this, you know, these three bad guys look like that. Yaira looks like that. These characters look like this. If he draws them black or blonde hair and blue eyes, they should be that way in live action. I totally fucking agree.
I don't want it to change.
The fault is with these actors in Prime Video. They chose to radically alter Tolkien's work in both how the characters look and appear, as well as in the substance of the telling. Because again, bottom line, boys and girls, he wrote these books in the 30s and 40s. Black people did exist, you know, back in the 30s and 40s. And it's like, I know, it's weird. Black people and Asians and Hispanics, Hindu people, etc., they didn't just exist in the past 20 years. I know for some of these people, it's weird. Like, oh my God, really? There was black people before 2001, and
I don't believe it.
Wow, I didn't know that. Yeah, he could have written these dwarves, these elves, these fucking hobbits any way he wanted.
And chose not to.
He chose it for that specific reason, because he was reflecting the world around him, him being a World War I veteran, this being a man of great hardship.
Badass!
A man that went through just so much controversy and poverty, and he wanted the Shire and this world that he lived in to reflect the world around him. It would be no different if any kid was in 2022 and they were living in Queens, New York, and everyone around them was black, and they wanted to make a story about, you know, a kid that was living in Queens, New York, that their entire neighborhood or city was like, you know, whatever, 95% black or something. Or any kid that was living in Mexico in 2022 wanted to make a fantasy story where all their elves, all their hobbits, all their whatever orcs or something, and their dwarves happen to be Hispanic like the world that lived around them. There's nothing wrong with that. So, as Eric July noted in video upload from June 2021, let's talk about those actors and actresses real quick. These guys have absolutely no integrity, which is why you should not take them serious in their advocacy for, definitely, something on the subject matter of race.
Yeah, rather stupid.
He added, they take the gigs that I don't think people seem to understand that, or rather they lose sight of that. What do you make of the Rings of Power actors still doubling down on his false narrative that critics of the shows, and specifically its race-swapping casting, are racist? No, people aren't racist, and come on.
Okay, enough of this bullshit!
It's the internet, boys and girls. There's hundreds of millions, if not billions of people on the fucking internet. Will sometimes you get one or two douchebags? Of course you will. That's the fucking world we live in. It's gonna happen. But the overall fandom, it's bullshit. It's false flagging. It's false narrative. It's what we go through time and time and time again. And people like me, people like you watching this, these other channels, we can't change it, but it's good to call these people out on their bullshit, because, you know,
We're sick and tired of it.
Charlie's Angels, it sucks. You hate women. No, it's just a bad fucking film. I went to go see Harley Quinn, like Margot Robbie. It wasn't a great film.
Below average.
Who hates Margot Robbie? She's good looking. Harley Quinn is fun. It just wasn't a good movie.
Get over it.
I would even say with Black Panther 2. I went to go see Black Panther 2. I praised Angela Bassett. I praised Letitia Wright. I keep forgetting her name, Danny, but, you know, Michonne, obviously, from The Walking Dead. Great actress, beautiful woman, things of that nature. But then, you know, I'm not even the biggest Tolkien fan. And as I'm watching this bullshit show and getting more fucking drunk and getting sloshed, I'm seeing, like, God damn, I'm half a bottle of vodka in, and I can call out your horrible fucking writing and your terrible casting and just your woke politics, you know, things like, you know, yeah, pointy ears, get over it. That happened so long ago. And oh my God, you didn't care about the fucking lore. The bottom line is this: your $1 billion franchise, pet fucking project, your polished fucking turd, it didn't turn out the way you wanted to, because, like many people keep saying, it keeps happening over and over and over again. Get woke and go broke.
I'm woke.
And people are tired of this shit. Even people of color. Trust me, guys like Just Some Guy, Eric July, there's plenty of fucking people on the internet that are just not straight white males. There's, all these social media platforms. I've even seen fucking TikToks with black people, men and women, saying, yeah, I'm not going to watch this Rings of Power shit because it's stupid and I don't care about it. Does that make them racist too? And they're like, no. It's like, there's, best believe when I say this, I've even seen TikToks with black men and black women seeing this new Little Mermaid casting, like, no, this looks fucking terrible. But if I say it, I become, you know what they call people like me.
He's really racist.
As you can imagine, I have to check my watch and get ready to go to sleep soon.
Time for bed.
You know what I'm going to do? Go get Bender and...
This calls for a drink.
I'm going to go to bed and then edit this and then head back to work.